MultiplyerTrainer.net members? Welcome to the next edition of How Many Calories Do I Need a Day? The easy way. So this is just that. It is the easy way. It is not the precise way. This is a very, very rough guide to how many calories you ought to be eating based on your goals. I often get asked, how many calories do I need a day? And that is a kind of hard question to answer because everybody operates differently. Everybody has different activity levels. Everybody has different lean body mass. So it's very hard to give a precise answer right just like that. The best thing you can do for yourself is to get a rough guide, go week to week, take averages week to week. That is absolutely important. Tip number 1, take weekly averages. Especially my women, we will fluctuate greatly around period time, even into ovulation. Dietary fiber and sodium will greatly affect your weight. I wound up having like 55 grams of fiber 2 days ago, holding a lot of it right in my belly.
Get in my belly!
And yesterday I had 3,300 milligrams of sodium, so tomorrow I'm going to be a little puffier. Sodium intake and dietary fiber will definitely affect your daily weight. So that's why weekly averages are really, really important. Plus week to week you can get an idea of what you're actually losing. For the easy method, the way that I go about this is looking at your goal first. So you've got your goal, whatever your goal may be, whether it's loss, maintenance, or gain. Let's just take a random person, Tina, and she wants to lose. I don't really care about height and age that much. I don't take that into account because this is rough, really fucking rough guidelines. So the one biostat that we're gonna care about in the interim is weight, and she is 175 pounds. Okay, great. So now, looking at her lifestyle, I'm just gonna abbreviate that LS. Her lifestyle, Tina is an office worker, so we'll just say secretary. So you can imagine that she's fairly sedentary and she works out 5 days a week. The intensity of your exercise. This is gonna play a big role in whether you go from moderately active to very active. You've got to be able to gauge how intense your workouts actually are. If you're hopping up on a treadmill and you're going for, a steady walk, a power walk, or what I call the angry mom walk, everyone knows the angry mom walk. It's the walk where she grabs your hand and she's like,
Come on, we're going to the car.
And she gets really upset. That's the angry mom walk. That's probably about 3.8 to 4.2 miles an hour for most angry moms. So she's doing 5 times a week of weights. Weightlifting is not a huge calorie burner. It's not going to be the same as doing an all-out sprint for, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off for an hour. Certainly not. It's going to be somewhere in the middle. I would say that this puts her at the moderately active, anywhere between a 12 and a 14 multiplier. I'm really protective over lean body mass as you try to lose weight. So I often put people at a higher multiplier in the beginning to see where their weight starts to actually fluctuate because I want to preserve as much lean body mass as possible. So I'm gonna stick her for the time being in the 14 multiplier. She weighs 175 pounds. She's gonna be at a 14 multiplier. So breaking it down and doing this middle school style. I wrote this sideways, sorry, but yep, there you go. 2,450 calories for the day. That's where we're gonna start her. Let's say in the first week, Tina loses 3 pounds. Great, yay, that's pretty good. So Tina lost 3 pounds. Week 2 rolls around, Tina actually gained a pound. What? Go figure. Tina gained a pound. So what do? Does that mean that we automatically reduce the calories that much more? No. Please do not do that. Keep the calories where they are because you've got conflicting data here. Give it another week, see what happens. Let's take a dude. Let's take a guy that does not have a period to worry about. Let's take Mike. Mike. Mike.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Mike weighs 211 pounds. That's awesome. Mike's lifestyle. Mike works out with the bros 4 times a week, and he lifts weights also. And then one day, every single week, like clockwork, he goes for a run that lasts about 60 minutes, something like that. He likes to get his cardio in. Go, Mike. Let's say he's an insurance adjuster. So he does insurance, which means that he's sedentary most of the time. With this and that, then he is also moderately active. His goal, just like Tina, he wants to lose. If we want to put him in that like safety zone for weight loss, again, 12 to 14 multiplier, and we're gonna try and preserve as much muscle mass as possible. So 211 pounds times 14, let's flex my math skills again. He is going to consume, so he gets 2,954 calories a day. Wish I got 2,954 calories a day to lose some weight. That pretty much gives you a rough guide of the easy way. If you are trying to lose weight, please start at the upper end of your multiplier. That's going to preserve as much lean body mass as possible, and that's going to give you some room to wiggle if you hit a plateau. If you're trying to maintain your weight, start at the lower end or even in the middle of your range so that you can make sure that you don't start to gain. Then if you want to gain, you want to start at the lower end of your range because you don't want to gain too quickly. You don't want to gain more body fat than muscle. You have to be honest with yourself about your goals. You have to be honest about where you are right now, what your lifestyle is like. Just because you work out does not mean that you're active. Just because you sit all day doesn't mean that you're not active, doesn't mean that you're sedentary, because you're offsetting some of that by working out. So you've got to be honest about where you are and about where you're headed. Again, remember, dishonesty is like fucked up GPS. So make sure that your GPS is on and on point and you're being honest about what you're actually doing. If you choose to monitor your calories, then you have to log your food. You have to pay attention to what you're eating. Weigh stuff out. You can't eyeball stuff. Don't fool yourself into thinking you're eating less than what you're actually eating. I've seen statistics as high as 30% that people misjudge how much they're actually eating. So get real, get honest, get a food scale, get a food log, figure it out. There are plenty of free apps out there for logging your food. And hell, there's pen and paper. I mean, go get yourself a little notebook and write it down if you have to. That's it for me. That's the easy way. Remember, reassess regularly and take your weekly averages. Don't go week to week. Think more on a rolling couple of week timeline. If you don't get much change off the bat, give yourself another week. If you still don't see much change, adjust little by little, little by little, little by little. It will come off. Thank you, fireyourtrainer.net members. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions or you have any comments or you have any concerns, shoot me an email, support@fireyourtrainer.net. See you next time.